There's colors on the street, red, white, and blue. People shuffling their feet, people sleeping in their shoes. There's a warning sign on the road ahead. There's a lot of people saying we'll be better off dead. Don't feel like Satan, but I am to them. So I try to forget it in the way I can. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. With the baby in her hand, there's an old street light near a garbage can. Now she put the kid away and she's gone to get a hit. She hates her life and what she's done to it. There's one more kid that'll never go to school, never get to fall in love, never get to be cool. Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 Sorry, there's people out here. Hi, Mo. Hi, Skunk. Everybody came in and left. Hi, Jennifer. How you doing? Let's see. There. What's everybody doing in the Friday night in the big city? Good. Where are you at? Where are you at, Jennifer? Have you taken off already? Are you gone out there already, or are you still home? Test 1 2 3. I guess the sound is okay. I can't hear nothing. Haven't taken off yet. Soon. Okay, that's cool. I probably won't take off for a long time now, since it's going to be football season pretty soon. Jennifer's going to come here and cook for me. Oh, that'd be cool. If she comes up there, then I'll go up there too. No, if she comes up there, then I'll cook for both of you. How you doing, Mobile Tech? How's the little one? How's the little one doing? Well, not little one, because he's about, what, 70 pounds, 60 pounds, isn't he? But I noticed, hear that, Jen? Hear that, Jen? Wait, you said Jen like that in Mobile Tech, and I was just watching yesterday. I don't know if you guys ever watch, what was their name? They're called the Lost Renegades. They used to be a fun little couple, little skinny guy and this girl. Well, she has all different kind of hair. I was gonna say the girl with the pink hair or blonde hair, but her name is Jen, Jenn. I mean, yeah, Jenn, and now she works for the vidIQ people. So she's got all kinds of videos out there. Every time they do a thing about, here's what you need to do with your channel that you're not doing, you're doing the wrong thing on YouTube. This is how you do it. Then she's the main person now. So that's pretty cool. So if you look up the vidIQ videos on YouTube, then you'll see Jen. She's pretty cool. She's pretty nice. You're doing it all wrong, really. Let's see, what time is it? Just turned 7 here, so it must be what, 5 o'clock for you. It's just turning into dinner time, huh? I didn't feel like cooking nothing, so I made some ramen noodles. I remember there's this other girl that I used to follow. Her name was Reckless something, Roaming Reckless, and she used to have a car, a little car like a 4Runner or something. Oh, cool! I met the vidIQ guy at either the glasses at the YouTube conference. Cool, and you won a ticket. Do you know who I'm talking about then? Jennifer. Her name is Jen. Last time I saw her, I think she had kind of reddish hair, but she's a good talker and stuff. She's from New York, and anyway, they went all the way around the country in this like 1994 van and stuff, and they decided they didn't like it later on, so they switched to a one of those, a big pickup and a camper on the back, one of those big old over cab campers and stuff. But they decided they didn't like the inside of it because it was used, so they gutted the whole thing and fixed it like they wanted. But then when they got into it, they said, well, we don't feel like going around anymore traveling and stuff, because they'd done their share of it. But now she's working for the vidIQ. That's pretty cool. That is cool. That is cool, Jennifer. I always thought about joining the vidIQ, but I don't know, man, because, you know, it's one thing to sit there and listen to their tips and stuff, but it's another to sit there and say, okay, here, what are you going to help me with on my videos and stuff? What do you suggest? And they're going to say all this stuff to you. They're going to say, well, you need better thumbnails, you need this, you need that, blah 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 blah. You know, I'm not ready for that, you know. So I don't care about growing my channel anymore. Yeah, you've told us that already, Mobile Tech, but still, you still have a decent channel. You've got a good subscription base, so you know you're still relevant on YouTube. You know, a lot of people would kill to be in your position and have 25,000 or whatever they have, whatever you have, Mobile Tech. You know, and they've gone like years and stuff, and they don't have nothing. They don't have crap on their channel. You know, and they're still trying. I don't know why. If I sat there, one of those people that I'm talking about, you know who it is, but I'm not going to say her name. But I started my channel after her, and now I'm up in like 3,130 subs, and got thousands of videos. And hers is pretty much the same. There's no views, nothing on it. So yeah, I just do it for fun, you know. Let me see. Poodle Professor said, I have the free vidIQ app. I don't know about the app. You mean just for your phone and stuff? I sub to their email thing, so they're always trying to sell me, you know, get you to buy something on there and when they send you an email. But they also do, you know, remind you, like whenever you hit 50,000 views, 100,000 views, you know, so all those posts that I always make where I go, I made 1 million views and stuff, it's all because of them, you know, because they send me all that stuff, you know. They sit there and they remind you, you know, if you get so many hundreds of subs and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. They do keep up on all that stuff. So single female nomads who are healing. No, Poodle Professor, we're not laughing about that. We're just laughing about there's some out there that are like that, you know. I don't think it's really fair that, you know, you could use you could do it because you're a Poodle Professor, but you know, I don't like the one they use the hashtag solo female traveling alone and all this stuff, you know. And then they get out there and then they sit there and go, they want all this attention and stuff for their channel and stuff, but they don't want to sit there and tell you where they're at and stuff. Of course, it's for safety and stuff, but you know, but it gets old, you know. I hear them whine about this and that and stuff. And there's one out there that's just like, she treats everybody on her videos, she talks to everybody like, do you remember back in the old days when you had Dick and Jane in school, you know, see Jane run, Jane run. That's how she treats you. She sits there, she's overly repetitive, keeps repeating herself all the time, you know. Like she'll sit there and go, we're out here in nature because I like nature. I like nature because the sunshine makes me feel good. Because nature is so healing and blah, 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 you know. And then she just repeats things over and over and over, you know. And what it does is it makes for a long video too, you know. I love being lectured by losers. Let me see. One I like who isn't healing and does a great, yeah, Cat, yeah. Oh, okay, Best Midlife. I haven't seen that one yet. I'll check her out as long as she doesn't whine. Anybody that whines and cries and moans and stuff, and forget it, you know. Like when I'm out there and whining, if you hear me whining, it's usually because I lost my signal on Starlink or something. Well, drop her link here, Mo, and I'll look at it later on, so I don't forget. Because I save all these videos. Well, I don't save them; they're all saved in StreamYard and stuff, you know. And I wanted to do a test. I was sitting there doing, and I use the paid version of StreamYard, you know, because I always like it and stuff. And so I sat there and I go, I'm going to do a test and check out the microphone like this kind of microphone and stuff, and see if it works and all that. And I was just going to do a simple test record on there, and it goes, you do not have enough space on your in your storage to do it this recording, so you need to go back and delete a bunch of stuff. So I went in there and deleted a bunch of stuff, And then finally I got to record and was able to record. But I had every single live stream that I ever did and stuff, and some of them were like 3 hours long, 2 hours long, and I go, well, I don't need to have it on my computer and on, you know, on YouTube anyway. It's already up there. So yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, drop that link on that Mobile Tech if you got it. I'll check her out. I like decent ones that go places that's, you know, I miss the when you started following like van life travel and people like that. I liked following certain people that they would go around and travel and show you new places. A lot of them don't do that anymore. They bought a piece of land somewhere and they go, this is our home base, blah blah blah, we're going to be here for a while. You know, the only ones that travel all the time, it seems like there's very few in between. You know, like there's that guy up in Canada, but I think he's got a shop too. Not only does he have, you know, stay in his van, but he's got a shop to do all his work in. And he's talking about doing a big get together on Vancouver Island. And that's up there, I think it's just north of Seattle and all that. You go north over the border and stuff, and then you go up by Vancouver and stuff, and there's an island out there. Yeah, I hate those poor me channels. I need to stop being envious of big channels. It's not healthy. The one older lady just started on YouTube and has 80. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? And and they sit there and they get their bit. Some of them get their subs, like they'll sit there and just because they're cute, young, or whatever, and they go out there and they're half dressed and stuff, and then they sit there and they have like thousands of views and 30, 40, 50, 60,000, you know, 60,000 subs, and then they don't ever put out any content hardly. You know, you look at some of those people and they only have like 20 videos, you know, and so what can you learn from them? But you know, those people are like, they're like more, instead of trying to put out videos for you to learn from and go do stuff, and you know, like take their advice and go there because it's nice and stuff. And no, they're more into being influencers. You know, I don't want to be no influencer, but I just want to show people where I've been, and there is nice places out there that you don't have to pay for, or even if you pay for a place, which I don't object to, then you know, then show the people what it is. You know, she's in Vancouver and camps in the backcountry. Oh, cool. Okay, drop her link too. I want to see that. Maybe she probably will go up to that Van City Van Life meeting up there, if she's up there, because that's going to be the big thing next year. It's going to be in June, I think, is when it is. I thought about going, but I don't know, man. It's a long way to go there just to go see somebody's meetup, and I don't want to sit there and go. What if you go there the first day and there's like 3,000 vans out there? I don't want to be just like packed in with all of them, you know. Best midlife adventures. Yeah, like you said, I can't wait to see the footage of that get together. Yeah, but as for actually being there, I think it would be fun just to go stop in and see it and stuff. But as far as staying there for a few days, I don't know. I don't like people that much where I'd want to sit there and you open your door and there's somebody right next to you and stuff, you know. I like influencing some YouTubers to go away, but they never listen to me. There you go. Nah, you know what I mean when I say influencers. They're the ones they're the cute young people that are growing up and they just want to be like, well, I'll give you a good example. And there's a group from Arkansas, a young couple, and at first they were irritating because all they wanted to do is show you everything in Arkansas, and that got old. And then after the while, they would like travel around west and east and Florida and California and all this stuff, and and then after a while, they would go back to Arkansas, and you're going, oh my God, not more of Arkansas. No, you know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Arkansas, but they showed too much. But they started out, they're called Dome Life, because they had like a little dome tent, and they sat there and they started camping in their dome tent and taking everything that they needed. And they figured out after they got some subs, a bunch of healthy group of subs, and they got all that free stuff, you know, all the stuff you can cook with, and all the equipment, lanterns, batteries, solar generator, and all this stuff. So they did that, and then they decided, well, we're gonna live like this. We're not gonna have a house and stuff. We're gonna be out here all the time. Well, then after that, they wanted to advance, and so they got like a little trailer. I think it popped into a little tent or something like that. And that, you know, so that's a little bit more. And he used to have one of those, not a Jeep, it's those other ones, a Hummer. That's what it was, a Hummer. And it used to do real good going on those places in Arkansas and stuff where you needed 4-wheel drive. But anyway, somebody stole that little thing, and so they got all depressed and stuff. and then after that, they tried something else, and they ended up on just getting like a big, like a F-250 pickup and a big giant camper on top and stuff. And that's what they've been living in now. So now it's like they're like in heaven now, because really, it's when you get one of those, it's just like you're taking everything, you know. Like, that's what I think about when I see people driving these big old giant Class A's and stuff. It's like, well, that's not even camping. That's just like taking your house and putting half of it inside your motorhome and just driving around with it, you know. And then you go to a campground that you can't go to very many places because you can't make it with that big bus looking thing, or there's nowhere to park. So, you know, they're very limited, but hey, they got air conditioning and they got all their beds and showers and everything. So, but let me see. You asked me a question. Do you watch Blind View? I watch Blind Views. Yeah, I like him. Some of the things he says are pretty good, but he also can become real picky on somebody. You know, like he'll sit there and just pick on one person or two people on there. But I like him. He's all right. I used to watch Blind Views, but I lost his channel when I deleted mine. Yeah, you should have never deleted your channel, man. And let's see. Oh, that's the link for Windy Outdoors. Okay, thanks, man. I'm gonna go check that out, because I know that if you drop a link, since I keep the lives up on YouTube, and I'll just go back and while we sit there and go, who were we talking about? You know, because right now I can see the links, but I can't click on them on StreamYard. You know, and I don't even have a YouTube on. So, but yeah, but like tonight, late tonight or tomorrow, when the video shows up on my feed, I click the chat and then go back and get all those links and stuff, you know. But anyway, back to Dome Life. I always just got tickled at them because the girl's a little skinny, petite little girl. She likes to do yoga and stuff. And somewhere along the line, she learned how to cook. So I figured she worked in a restaurant or something, because I don't think she ever went to school to learn how to cook and stuff. But now she wants to make a cookbook and all. Oh, she's got one, but she wants to make another one and all this stuff. And what drives you crazy is she talks, but she has a lisp, a real bad lisp, like, you know. She talks with a lisp and stuff. Her husband's okay. And then she's always bitching about everything, about, I can't make this, I can't do that, I can't go up on that. But it's the husband that's always like, come on, you can make it, let's go. Like when they go climbing up mountains and stuff. But I think they're a hoot now. Now they're instead of called Dome Life, they're called Cody and Kelly. Just Cody, C-O-D-Y, and Kelly. So yeah, they're all right. I like them because they're amusing to me now, to watch them now. Because I sit there and watch them and how they interact and stuff. And I try to figure out, I used to sit there and go, whose idea was it, you know, to start the channel and stuff. I think it's mostly him, because he does most of the filming and the drone work and all that stuff. But then he always puts her in the camera to talk, you know, and I think it's a big mistake because she doesn't talk that well. She needs to work on that part. But he talks, he's an excellent speaker. At least that's what I think anyway, you know. But then I sit there and go, well, he probably pretty much wanted to do the whole YouTube thing all along and talked her into it. And then once they decided that, well, they could make money from having good subs, you know, and you can, when you get up to like 80,000 people, you get good money. But when she figured that out, I think she wanted to be more or less to be a influencer, you know. So they call those kind of people influencers, the girls that get out there and, hi, here we are, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're going to do this and we're going to show you why it's so great and blah, blah, blah. Rather than just being a content creator, you know. And that's what Jen was talking about in that last vidIQ thing. They emailed that to me. They're going, here's what's wrong with your channel, John. Just read this. I mean, watch this video and she'll tell you what's wrong. And they were saying the big thing now, it used to be like your long form content of longer videos they wanted it to be shorter, you know, like between 7, 8, 10 minutes, you know. If you had one sit there, if you had a video that'll go like, I don't know, about 20 or 30 minutes, that was like really long. And then they say that, you know, a lot of people that'll turn them off and they won't watch it all the way. But now she's sitting there going, try to do a video that's over, a real long video, you know, and see how that works out for you. And I'm going, oh, now they're trying to tell us, they've been telling us to do shorts and do the little short full videos, and now they want us to do longer videos, you know, which, you know, through no fault of mine, on this last trip, I got so much content, like whenever I was doing the Pima Airs and Space Museum, then, whoops, I lost my headphones. Then I still sat there and recorded like I did, you know, and the way I do it is I use my phone mostly to get all my content, and I put it in little clips and I put it together. But that Pima Aerospace Museum was like, it was so intimidating that I just always had my camera on, you know, and then when I got tired of just holding my phone up, I would just sit there and get my little, not my GoPro, but my Action 4. I got a DJI Action 4 and use that. And then I ended up with so much content, you know, I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to edit all this, you know? So it ended up like the last 3 or 4 videos of that was over 45 minutes, you know. One was like 58 minutes, you know. I was like, but that's what she said, that they're going towards looking at the longer videos, you know. If you got, oh yeah, looking like Nikki Delventhal. She became too pro. Oh yeah, and then you know what's changing her? She got her a boyfriend now that puts up with her, and you're right. She got too big. I thought you meant this way, but not. You're talking about big, like subs and stuff. But I think Nikki's great, and she makes me laugh. She's funny the way she does stuff, but. I don't know. Right now, it seems like her channel is like not stuck, but it's like, where do I go from here? I've done everything. You know, I've gone everywhere. I can't. What am I supposed to do? She keeps showing these places over and over, and now she's got the boyfriend, and they're like building a chicken coops and stuff on her little patch of land she bought and all this stuff. So I don't know. You know, everybody's doing that. Buy a little plot of land, call it call it a home base, you know. Where are you going to buy your home base at, Jennifer? Are you going to buy a home base in Carrizozo? I was thinking about that. I was going, man, that place that Rusty has is pretty nice, because I don't know if it was just a house that used to be built there, but he's got, I don't know how much land he has there also. You know, I don't think he ever said how much land there is, but it's got that garage and stuff, and then it's got the water hookup, the sewage, and all that stuff. So it'd be pretty nice to have one already established like that, you know. I watch her on mute. I love staring at her, but not interested in anything she has to say. Let's see. Never bring a boyfriend into the channel. Yeah, exactly, you know. Or what happens is they'll branch out too. Like that's what happened with like when we followed Wonder Hussy, and then that guy, the ex guy was tried to get her to do some lives, and she didn't want to, but she did get on there, and so everybody said, oh, this guy's cool. So we started following him. Then he started introducing all these girls on there, and everybody followed all them and all this. But now, you know, it's like Wonder Hussy, I was talking to her about it, and all the drama and crap that I went through and with certain people, and she goes, you think you had it rough? She goes, all these a-holes, blah blah blah, because he tried to sue me, you know, and then she goes, so I just got all this. I put like a distance between him and any of the followers, you know, that branched out. So there's only like one that she still follows, and I think that's Wandering Gypsy, and I don't think she really is a die-hard fan of hers. He has 3 acres. That's cool. That's cool. The development went bust, so the lots. Oh, okay. So there's more lots. So that's why he has a sewage and stuff sewage line and stuff there, huh? Or do they have septics and stuff? You know, because that's pretty cool to have 3 acres and you already have a storage shed there, especially if those people that are there down the street, his neighbors, if they would watch it. You know, if you went camping somewhere and you left for a while, then if they took, you know, and watched it and told you if anything was going on, that would be cool, because that's like out there in the middle of nowhere, but you know, you got good views and it's close to everywhere, you know. Yeah, that's what you need right there. You need something like that, Jennifer. That would be cool. But I was going to say, is that far enough away from where you're from the eastern side of Texas, right? So yeah, that's pretty far to go all that way to get out there, and that would be a pretty good drive for you. But I don't know. I always thought about New Mexico too would be a pretty good place to get a place, you know, like that, and get some acres or something. They say, hey, this is my land. I'm just going to go crash out over here, stay here because it's cool, you know, and it's mine, you know. I have a river across the street and mountains behind me. You forgot to say, and I have a hookup. I have full hookups in my yard for your trailer. That's pretty cool too. Having the trailers there and the hookups and the shower and all that stuff, and Wi-Fi, you know, that's pretty neat that you got all that mobile tech. But that's actually your home. I'm just talking about a place that you can just go, you know. Like, I don't know. I'm not one of those crazy, oh, I can't wait to go to the quartzsite, you know, go to quartzsite this and quartzsite that, you know. I would just rather do like I do and go on a little trip and go out to Arizona and stuff. There's so many things in Arizona that I want to still go see, and I haven't seen it all, you know. Kool-Aid. This is Kool-Aid slush. Screw the Q. I agree. I'm not gonna say screw it. You know, a lot of people want to go there. It's going to be an interesting year this year, because for all the people that are nomads and stuff, and they go out there all the time, they're going to need to get their passes in October, and it'll still be $185. But if they don't get it then, they're going to jack the price way up. Hello, Kevin, hiking with Jackie Boy. Good to see you, man. What are you doing on this big old Friday night in the city, big city? Hiking with Jackie Boy. Jackie Boy is the dog. Kevin is the person behind hiking with Jackie Boy, and I believe he lives down there in San Antonio area, and he does a lot of good videos taking his little dog whenever it's not too hot and stuff. He takes his dog out. He does kayaking stuff and all that stuff. So yeah, it is gross there, Jennifer. I think so too, you know. But you know, there's just so many more things to like to me, one of my places I just love to go to, even if I don't have to go, I still, if I'm near it, on the road to it, if I'm on I-10 and go into Arizona, I'll go to that Indian Bread Rocks because it's so nice, man. It's so nice and peaceful there. There's a little town there with one grocery store that you can go to. And they have a drive-up service. You can buy your groceries there and then take your stuff out there and find a nice little place back up there and wait for the sunset. And it's really, really nice, you know. So I'd rather go to places like that. And then from there, you can go explore like the Chiricahua Mountains, and that they have a really underrated place. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that video that I did, and I did a live stream out there also. It came out spotty a little bit, but it's called, there's a place called Fort Bowie out there, Fort Bowie. And the town that it's south of is called Bowie also, but you have to go to, the place is unique because it's a real nice fort and stuff. You know, it's a real good example of how they set up everything in the military back when they were fighting the Indians and all that stuff back in the old days. And it's up in the mountains. Well, you don't just drive up to it. You can only drive to where the trailhead begins, and you park your car there. There's a little place to rest and all this information boards and all that stuff. Then you have to walk 2 miles, I think 2 miles and a tenth or something, to walk up, to go up to the site where all the ruins are. And it's pretty cool, you know, it's pretty cool to do. Me and Yuki went on that thing. About killed me because you're going uphill, the altitude and stuff, and then my big old fat butt trying to hike that far, but but I made it. We just went slower than everybody else, you know. So, but yeah, that's a pretty cool place, man, Fort Bowie. And before, I think when I made the video, I made my video of it before they changed the rule. Remember, now, you know, before you couldn't put like Fort Bowie, blah blah blah, or Fort this or that, and because they didn't want you to, because they wanted you to pay all kind of money and stuff, you know. Like you couldn't sit there and go, the Grand Canyon, tour of the Grand Canyon and stuff. Now you can do it because they got rid of all those rules and stuff. So let me see what I'm missing. Let me see. Everyone's always sick at the queue. It's true. Trying to stay cool. Heck, if I want to go to a homeless encampment, I'd go to LA. That's true. That's what the queue is, it seems like. I have the Sierras in my back. Hey, Silent Forgotten, how you doing? There's Chris. Sorry, I missed you. I'm slow on my my scrolling here because it doesn't automatically go up on here. Lake Tahoe is 90 minutes. That's nice. I'd like to go to Lake Tahoe, but it's also the junkiest place. Whenever they have a holiday, they have thousands of pounds of trash left over that they have to, you know, get it all cleaned up and stuff. Hi, Divine Mojo, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Hey, here's another one that's a full-time traveler, Divine Mojo. I don't know where you're at, but it seems like you're always going through the mountains right about now. I think you travel. I think, aren't you based somewhere in Arizona or somewhere, and then you travel out from there? I don't know. But she's got a nice rig, and she does some good traveling and stuff. She's probably going to get mad at me for saying all that stuff about quartzite and stuff. But we plan to visit Myers Spring Pictograph. Well, that's cool. I didn't know they had that. I kind of want to do hey, there's Weldon Carey. All right, you guys, some more people. Hey, everybody check out Weldon Carey also. Divine Mojo and then Weldon Carey. He's a guy, I believe he's down in Texas area, and he does, channel is all about knives and sharp things, so he does some good lives too. Very cool. Oh, and there's Arlene. Good to see you, Arlene. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, me and Mo can do a live stream explaining it to us. No, I just think it's for you. If you're talking about the queue thing, it's just too many people all at one time, you know, and then when you get that, the prices are going to be jacked up when you go there because everybody's fighting for all the groceries at the whatever little places they have to sell, and the gas prices are going to be higher and stuff, and it's just a money grab from the town, which you can't blame them because they depend on the people coming in every year, so that's their whole life, you know. So all right, there's Arlene. She dropped Chris Silent Forgotten's channel. Silent Forgotten is another one you guys go check out. He does a lot of silent and forgotten things about cemeteries and people, and he does a lot of benefits and stuff, trying to find like people to help them erect headstones and stuff that are damaged and stuff, and they do that kind of stuff, you know. That's what kind of stuff. He's up there in Canada also, but Chris is a pretty cool guy, man. He's got a different kind of channel, but it's pretty interesting. Oh, you're having a giveaway? Oh, cool. Weldon Carey. I'm gonna give away a knife. All right, I'm coming. I'm coming for it. Let's see. Oh, you're in East Tennessee? Okay, I was wrong. Well, I said Texas because every time I see you, that's Texas group that I hang out with, you know, like Adventure America, him and all those people, they're all down in Texas and stuff too. So, well, all they're in Texas, not two, but you know, you just said you're in East Tennessee, so that's pretty cool, man. I'm in Moab working a job until October. Oh, okay, cool. But just did a short trip over to the Silverton, Colorado area. I was laughing. I'm not laughing about you, Divine Mojo, but I was laughing. That reminds me when you go to the Silverton. That reminds me of Amanda and Brock when they went on that train ride and the train kept breaking down and all that stuff. But before that, they went on this thing where they were on some rail somewhere and they had to pedal these rail cars, and it was so funny. I laughed so hard watching that because you could tell that they were getting irritated with each other. You're not pedaling fast enough. Pedal faster. But I thought that would be kind of cool to see that. And then, of course, when we were talking about it at the last live, Mobile Tech came up and goes, I'm the one that made up that. Made up those carts and stuff. That was pretty cool. Yeah, good. I'm glad you said that, Divine Mojo. So that means we didn't offend you by saying that. But yeah, I just think it's just too much. I just don't want to go there, and I just don't want to go there. The only time I went there was back in 2024. I was on my way to Pahrump anyway to go see people over there, and but I ended up right in the evening, and I had to stay at the quartzsite, so I found an old. I had my Arizona State Trust Land permit, and they have one that's right in the middle of town there. That's got some good areas there, you know. And I found it through that RV or TV guy. He's pretty good, you know. He just goes everywhere and films everywhere he's driving and stuff. And I always watched him and pay attention when he's down in quartzsite because he lives down there when he's not on the road, and found those places down there. So yeah, so the state trust land is something else that you can do to get around, you know, camping with masses of people, you know, and they'll find you some good places out there. Divine Mojo. So yeah, Arlene is like the super whatchamacallit, the best mod in the whole place, whole world, you know. And she just goes to different lives and stuff, and she'll drop everybody's link and stuff. She's amazing. Let's see. Did I miss any? Hey, there's Glenn. How you doing, Glenn? Glenn Lester. How you doing, man? This is a buddy of mine that lives out here in this town next to my town, lives in a place called Del City. That we were ham radio buddies first. That's how we met on the air, I guess. I think, yeah. Yep. Let me see. Well, I guess Weldon Carey left already, I think. I don't know if he's still listening or not, but oh, there he is. There's a thing. Thank you, Arlene, for posting that. Everybody go sub to Weldon Carey and then go to his live tomorrow. He's going to be doing a giveaway, and it's usually something really good, like a real decent knife, you know, those fold out knives and stuff, because that's all he does. That's all his channel is on knives. Hey, there's Steve. All right, cool. How you doing, Steve? This is it, you guys. You got to check out this guy if you're going to go anywhere in the Tucson area or Marana or Ironwood. Check out this guy right here, Desert Adventures in Arizona. You won't find anybody that knows more than that area than him. He knows everything about it. Hey, Steve. I was following this one girl. Gosh, I can't even remember, but Yuki likes to watch because she's got this one dog that's always running around and stuff. But gosh, I can't remember it. But she's going all over Colorado and Arizona. There was one part when she was down there by Marana, and she actually was like down there by Ragged Top Mountain and stuff, and she was going, I love this mountain and stuff, and it reminded me of you. But then she tried to go find the ruins and all that stuff that you took me to, and she couldn't find none of it. So I sent her a message on her comments after that, and I just said, find this guy, Desert Adventures in Arizona, ask him how to get there, because he knows everything about that place. So when she goes back around to going back down there, then she'll probably get a hold of you. I have quite a few trips like that on my channel, many around Death Valley and the rest around, yeah. I'm one of the things that I was bummed that I didn't get to do, Mobile Tech, was to go to whatchamacallit, the other side of the Death Valley. What do you call it? That one place where they say it's a little tiny ghost town over there. It's on the other side of the mountains, Ballarat or something like that. I wanted to go over there and check out that and stuff. Yeah, that's him. That's him, Mobile Tech. He's a very nice guy, and he does some good lives. If you sub up to him, he does lives every Monday morning around, oh gosh, I don't know what time. It's his time, so he's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and he does probably about hour and a half, hour live and stuff, and he's got a decent crowd in there, and he usually shows you a lot of stuff like around what's going on around his property and stuff. He's got a beautiful place out there that's actually inside the Ironwood National Monument limits, you know, so he's really out there. So that's why he knows so much about it. Oh, you bet, man. Yeah, Panamint Valley and Ballarat. That's where I wanted to go see. And also, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you follow, I think you follow him. I've seen you on there before, the one-legged miner, the Tacopa Mines. Tacopa Mines is what he goes by on YouTube. He put out a couple shorts, and he saw, did you see that one where he goes, we found another one, and this beautiful rattlesnake, a beautiful looking one like I never saw, and it turned out to be, they go, that's a Panamint one or something, you know, and I went, it's kind of like, they're sitting there, it's pretty neat. Here you go, Desert Adventures right here. I go live on Monday mornings at 9 a.m., but that's Arizona time. Yeah, Ross, the one-legged miner. But yeah, and also you guys, and especially you, Jennifer, if you're still listening, Jennifer's going on her winter trip, and I don't know which way she's going, but she probably gets close to you. But anybody's going to the Marana area and the Ironwood National Forest, you know, and they want to, and you want to know anything about it and the good places, then check out, send a message to Steve, and he'll definitely help you out. He knows everything about that place, you know. Yeah, the one-legged miner with a three-legged dog, you know. And Poodle Professor, I don't know if I mentioned this before, and Steve, but if you follow Steve, and you happen to join his little thing, you know, his subscription thing, it's not very much. I don't know what it is, but then he'll take care of you, because he gives priorities to the people that are in his community there, and he'll take care of you and give you a great tour and stuff. So keep that in mind also. There you go, Steve. Hope you're doing okay, Steve, and give my best to the wife and everything, and the dog too. So, and I know you couldn't believe I said a beautiful rattlesnake, but we're talking about this one snake, this guy that has the mines and stuff, and he's got these two dogs that they always corner something he knows is a snake usually, so they don't get close, but they always start barking and stuff. And he showed a picture of it, and it's just a different kind of rattlesnake that I ever seen. It looked like kind of like what a timber rattler would look like, a timber rattler, you know, the darker colors and stuff. But he called it something else, a Panamint or something like that, or something, I don't know. But it's one that I had never seen. Not that I'd want to mess with it, you know. Yeah, Steve, if you're still out there, Steve, Poodle Professor, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I was just going to say that Poodle Professor is just, she travels around, and she has one of those, I think it's called like a Tab 400, I think it is. And it's like a teardrop trailer, but it's a bigger one. It's a bigger version one. I think you could actually stand up in it and all that stuff, and, you know. So, and Jennifer, you would love it out there. Well, you wouldn't love it now because it's too hot, but if you would go like when it's cooler there, it's really nice, and there's some great places to camp there. And pretty much if you camp anywhere out there in the areas, then people will leave you alone, you know. They respect your stuff. They don't mess with your stuff and all that, so. That's what I like. That's the kind of camping I like, you know, like, and the place, and the town is called Marana. I don't know if it's Marana or Marana, but it's a cute little town. They got everything you need in town there. But it's like, I don't know, 7 to 8 miles, 10 miles from the Ironwood Forest. But, you know, I always thought that when I went to Tucson area, I went, God, the thing I have to go check out the most is the Saguaro National Park and all that, because it's broken in two. One's on one side of this city and one's on the other side. And I go, you can't beat that, because look at that, you know, and it's beautiful. You go there and just see all those saguaros, the huge ones, like 40 feet high and stuff, you know, with all kinds of arms and stuff. But you don't need to do that. Just go up a little north of Tucson, and you go to this little town called Marana, and shoot, you're out there in the middle of all those saguaros, man. And if you get out there, there's a little mountain out there called Ragged Top. And if you get out there near the town, and you go out there to Ragged Top and go kind of high up on the side of it, like you're heading towards it, and look over the hills and stuff, you'll see all the saguaros you want to see, man. It's pretty cool. I never saw anything like it, man. It was incredible. Let's see, did I miss anybody? I don't really like this. I don't really like this chat comment thing that's inside StreamYard, but I like the whole StreamYard, thing. So you never seen them up close? It's something else, man. Like I always thought that they would be like kind of not soft, but you never knew what would happen if a saguaro would fall over or something. But he showed me a couple of them, and they were like hard wood inside, Oh, there we go, Divine Mojo. See, she was down there in that area, so you know what I'm talking about also, Divine Mojo. I think you already know Steve, don't you? And I think you've gone to his live streams and stuff. Love seeing those saguaros. But yep, he is an amazing tour guide. And Poodle Professor, the difference between a saguaro and the organ pipe ones, or the organ pipe ones, whenever they have it grow a new limb or something, they don't grow on the body like the saguaros, like their arms and stuff. So the organ pipe ones, they grow like in a cluster. So when you see new growth on an organ pipe one, they grow on the bottom, then they grow up. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I went down there too. I went down to Organ Pipe National Monument or whatever it's called, and stayed there a few days and looked at all that, and it's beautiful down there. But you got to go when it's not hot, I went down there in March or April, so it wasn't so deadly hot. But that's what you got to do if you want to see those kind of places, is go early or go like in the winter time, in our usual winter when it's snowy and cold and crappy here, then that's the time to go down there. And what's cool about the not ironwood, but the organ pipe one, that place, the campground, they have a huge campground. It's only $20 a night, but it's half off if you have the National Park Pass. But anyway, what I was going to say is if you go there, just tell them you don't want to stay in the generator area unless you want to use your generator for your air conditioning, But that's pretty cool that they do that. They put the generator people like in the first area, and they put everybody else way in the back so they don't have to hear their generators and stuff. I'm excited for you, Poodle Professor, because you're gonna be going out for I'm kind of jealous too for going out on a winter trip. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being a member, man, for that long. I was checking out, I need to pay more attention to my members. Like Steve has all these songs and his stuff that he's done through AI and stuff. They're pretty cool, and he's got his drone videos and all that, and he gives the members a lot of cool extra stuff. I don't really do anything, hardly, I don't do anything on my, pretty much actually I did my membership thing because they kept pushing it on me and saying, you need to put this, you need to do that, you need to do this, So I said, okay, I'll do it. But he's been a member probably for the longest time though. So I appreciate it, Steve. Appreciate it, man. I don't need, I like that. I don't need no stinking generator. Nope, you don't need one in the winter time anyway. That's kind of cool though. Everybody, you learn. Like I travel in Arizona and New Mexico, and I go like anywhere from March, April, May, to try to beat the hot weather and stuff, But, and then everybody that's on the road, they'll sit there and they'll go, okay, it's time to start heading north. And they all go up north. They'll all go to Flagstaff, Williams, and all that. They'll go. I even went up there close to the Grand Canyon to the Kaibab forest out there. And it was pretty. It's pretty, and there was nobody out there hardly. And it was like a lot of areas that were pretty cool. And I went hiking, took the dog for a walk, and we'd go out there. And I was looking for elk or deer antlers. How when they shed their antlers every year or whatever it is. I didn't know if I picked the right time to do it or not, but it was kind of cool looking for one. I didn't find any, but I did find where somebody had shot one and cleaned it, I guess, and left it there. And all that was left was the rib cage and the head, but you could tell where he cut the antlers off. But yeah, it'd be so cool to go up walking around the woods and find like an elk rack or a deer rack, you know. Be pretty neat. See, and look, Desert Adventures in Arizona, his membership starts at 99 cents a month. So if you become a member for 99 cents a month, then he gives you priority when you come to town, and he'll show you. He takes care of his members, you know. Steve, I've already heard people talking about, well, it was actually one of the guy, let me see. Oh, the guy, the vintage van traveler or whatever his name, vintage van life guy with the old van. He was sitting there trying to find out information on when the next Ironwood meetup was going to be. I didn't want to say anything. I was in his live, and he was saying, "Does anybody know? Does anybody about?" But I wasn't going to say what you told me. You know, you told me about you might probably not be involved in the putting together the group anymore. So yeah, Brian, that's his name, Vintage Van Life. Yeah, you guys all know each other because you were there. I think you were at the same time, weren't you there, Divine Mojo? We even find deer sheds here in the desert. Cool, man. Yeah, I even went looking out there, and when I was in the Apache Sitgreaves forest out there, Steve, you know, I was sitting there going, well, this would be a good place for elk. I don't know about the deer and stuff, but I went, yeah, you know, that's cool. Yep, that's where I met Steve. That's neat. That's cool, man. Well, maybe we can check Facebook Ironwood. Okay, so they've already got the information about it, I guess. Okay, I'll be setting out next year. Yeah, but I don't know if they all sit there, and I'm sure you're going to show up and say hello to everybody, right, Steve? I'm sure if they sit there and twist you a little bit, you might sit there and come out there and say hello. I don't know. I have to chase deer out of my front yard when they jump over the fence and eat my apples. There you go. Who else was telling me? Oh, it was Ray. Ray was telling me that the storm came and it ruined his apple tree because it shook the tree so much he lost a lot of the apples, and he had to go through them and see if they were worth keeping or not. Because every year he sits there and tries to think of new recipes to make with all the apples, because you know how many apple pies or baked apples or this or that can you make? You know, you always want to think of something new to do with apples. I guess it'd be kind of cool if you could find a way to can them or something too. Ireland, yeah, 2026, yeah. We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant, Steve. we just weren't thinking. That's all. But I heard that Amanda's not going to have a meetup because she's probably still crushed about her dog and stuff. That, you know, that little puppy dog, man. So she probably is not gonna. She's probably not going to have a meetup, or somebody said they aren't going to have one. Divine Mojo, thank you very much for stopping in. Please stop by again and say hello to everybody. And enjoyed having you in here. You have a great night also. Thank you. I have way too many apples. I give them away free. Are they green apples or are they red apples? Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you. Here's the Facebook page for the next meetup. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, if I could find it here, I'll show you while you're still in here. I got this from a vintage van life guy, Brian. Here we go. See? He loaded me up on stickers, man. I went, cool, man. Gave me that one. There's his van right there. And here's another one, a square one. Plus, he gave me a little button one too. So, man, that's pretty good. All I asked was for one sticker, and he gave me all these, you know. Plus, a handwritten letter too. So, he's a pretty good guy. But talking about stickers, this guy on here, Desert Air Adventures in Arizona, he's got the best sticker of them all, man. I guarantee you put that sticker on your van, it's not going to fade in the sun. It's pretty neat, man. His sticker is pretty cool. If you're nice to him, maybe he'll send you a sticker. I don't know. If you ask him, maybe. But it's pretty much that what his avatar is right there. That's his sticker. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that I'm glad we got some new people in here, as well as all the old ones too. I like all of them, you know. But Divine Mojo, that's pretty cool that she stopped by. I've seen her different lives and stuff I go to, like the Amanda's Adventuring with Amanda. She does lives, and that Aussie Van Man, which is Amanda's boyfriend. So Divine Mojo goes into there, and then she goes into Vintage Van Live also. So it's good to see her. Pretty cool. Well, I know this guy's not around anymore. I think Kevin, I don't know, are you still in here, Kevin? Adventure with Jackie Boy? I don't know. I was going to tell you about my latest video that I put out, and I was going to, well, I might as well plug it anyway, huh? It wasn't much of a video because I shot it the wrong way, you know, instead of shooting it horizontal. I did it the other way because I was sitting there going, well, I'll just make a bunch of shorts, but I had too many shorts of it. But it's the Native American school there in Lawrence, Kansas. When I was coming back, one of the last places I went to visit my family, my ex-family. They live in Lawrence, and we went to the powwow they had, and well, they call it a powwow, but it's more like a school thing because it's a college there. So they have their own little college there, and they were doing like the dancing and stuff and giving away awards and stuff. And I know that hiking with Jackie Boy, he likes that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff, he's always like, you know, like look for a good place to have fry bread and all that kind of stuff, because they do make the best Indian fry bread, you know. And so yeah, it's kind of cool to watch the Native American dancing and stuff with all their costumes and stuff. I mingled with the crowd for a little while. I didn't want to, you know, push my camera or my my phone in their face, but I did stop and get a couple of people, some of the younger kids, and I'd sit there and, can I take a picture of you? And they were like so happy to let you take their picture, man. They were like, yeah, cool, you know. They give you the pose. The thumbnail that I made, there was 2 of them that I did. I took their picture, so that was pretty cool. Okay, see, the reason I keep looking at my phone is I have to sit there and keep looking to see if the chat stopped or not, you know. But then if you get your phone out and if you're doing a live, you got to watch out, or you get the echo, the dreaded echo. And if you're doing a live, you got to watch out. There, see. Okay, so we're pretty much caught up on the whatchamacallit, the chat. Okay, you guys, I'm probably going to shut it down. It's been over an hour. It's been an hour and 9 minutes now, so, and it shows only 7 of you are watching, so You guys have a good one, man, and we'll catch you next time. I was playing this at the very beginning, the Neil Young song. Keep on in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. There you go. You all have a good night, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you, Arlene. I'm gonna wait till about 5 or 10 seconds, and everybody can say goodbye if you want to do all that, and then we'll end it here.